Have you ever watched football, played football, or even thought about football? Well, let me tell you that football, what some people wrongly call soccer, is one of the most famous sports in the world. People play it everywhere. There are a lot of incredible and amazing football fields in the world, like for example, the Adidas Futsal Park in Tokyo, or the float field at Marina Bay in Singapore. Football has also been a very important part of my life. I started to play football when I was 8 years old, and since then I can't stop playing it. Before I start to talk about my quest project and guide you through my journey, let me explain to you why football is so important and how it impacts in ourselves when we play it. According to NHS Inform, football helps improve your mental health by giving you more self-confidence, and it also helps with anxiety and stress problems. It also helps to increase stamina. It improves cardiovascular health, reduces body fat, and improves muscle strength. When I started thinking about ideas to know what my quest project could be, my main idea was to make a mental health book. But now, when I look back, I just really had to focus on my passion, which is football, of course. But it was not so easy to combine football with my quest project, since I did not know how could I help with it. After trying to find a way to connect my quest project with football, I remember that a few months ago I went to Booth, and walking around there, I saw a football field. There were quite a few local kids playing football, so I asked if I could join. A few minutes passed, and I began to realize that the field I was playing on was in a very bad shape. The grass was very long, so the ball did not roll well, and the goals didn't have nets, so every time we kicked the ball at the goal, we had to go and pick it up. But still, the local kids wanted to keep playing football. It was this moment when I realized how lucky I am to have a football field here at Green School, where I can play with my friends and enjoy the field. But the most important thing about it is that the big field and the mini field are football fields in good conditions. That is how I came up with the idea of fixing a football field around Bali in a bad shape. The first thing I had to do to start this project was to search for the football field that I was going to fix. I spent some days driving around my neighborhood with my dad, searching for a field, driving up and down the streets. We found one possible option, which was the Junjungan football field. It was a great option because the Junjungan football field was in a horrible shape. But when I came back home, I realized how far this field was from my house, so I decided to keep searching for a nearest football field. At this moment, I realized that there are not a lot of football fields in Bali, so it was difficult to find one. A month passed, and I started to lose hope because I didn't have any football field that I could fix. But then my dad surprised me, telling me that he saw a football field not that far away from my house in a bad shape. The name was Singakerta 1, a school located in the south of Ubud with excellent installations, but a public football field in a horrible shape. I thought Singakerta 1 was a really good option because when I went for the first time, I saw a lot of kids playing football. But I also saw a lot of trash, no lines to mark the field, no nets in the goals, and the grass was very long, so I saw a good opportunity to fix this field. But I still had to ask the school for the permission to start fixing the field. And after talking with them and telling them about my quest project, they agreed to give me the permission to start fixing the football field. My next step was to start fixing the field, but before I started to do that, I thought that I wanted to do something that connects football with the environment to make my project more sustainable. So I started to think about ideas to connect the environment with fixing a football field. And I remember that around my neighborhood, there are a lot of abandoned volleyball fields, where I can find some volleyball nets and use them to place them in the goals of Singakerta 1 field and recycle them. So with this idea in my mind, I went with my dad around the neighborhood searching for some volleyball nets so we could recycle them. And after a long motorbike ride, we finally found some volleyball nets in very good conditions. After finding the volleyball nets, we got to work and took measurements of the goal so that the net would fit perfectly. And after a week working on it, this is how the first prototype of the recycled goal was. I was very happy at this moment, because I like how my project was being useful and sustainable at the same time. But this was still not the end of my project. I still had to hire some workers to help me finish the football field. So I got down to work and got the contact of 3 workers thanks to my dad. And after finally talking with the workers, we agreed on a date to go and finish the football field. Fixing this football field has not been an easy task, but every time things were getting difficult, I thought about all those children who cannot play in a field due to its condition. It helped me to keep going even if not everything turned out the way I expected. Finally, I would like to tell you that after more than 4 months of work on this project, with the help of the workers I hired and my dad, I finished the football field. This is the final results of the football field that I fixed with recycled nets. And this is the before and after. Throughout this project, I have learned the value of appreciating what you have, gratitude. I have also learned many good and bad things during the construction process of the football field. Like when this good man brought us free water bottles while we were working, or maybe not so well, like when we went to take measurements on the field and we found out that one of the 2 goals was broken. But instead of sitting idly by or not knowing what to do, we came up with the idea of using iron cables to fix the goal. This whole project has been a very memorable journey, since I have had the pleasure of being able to help a school through my passion. Now, when I pass by the football field, I see it full of children playing and enjoying football in the same way that I do it. I hope you like this project as much as I did, and that this project has encouraged you to play football or play sports. Finally, I would like to thank Ibu Angie, Ibu Laura, Ibu Emma, Big Buddy, Singakertawan School, and my family and my friends for supporting me through all this incredible Quest project. Thank you.